Ready? Okay. Okay, what is meditation? I never paid attention to it. Meditation in itself is powerful, and I always knew it is going to show up on great stages. I started understanding the more and more I started meditating, I started loving myself more. I've done everything else in life, I've done this majorly, and this is what has grown into me. Place your right hand on your heart and left hand on your stomach. And gently and very lovingly close your eyes and repeat this 3 times after me. It's okay to be slow until I align with my flow. It's okay to be slow until I align with my flow. It's okay to be slow until I align with my flow. So why that? Why is it okay to be slow until you align with your flow? So think of a river which is gushing down the stream, not knowing where it's going or what it's doing, destroying and destructing everything in between. Or think of the river which is stagnant, stinking in its own place, left for too long. But then think of this river which is slow and steadily moving along the stream, nourishing everything on the way, and then reaching down to its purpose, to its ocean. When it is slow and steady, it actually aligns with its flow. It does what is meant to do. And this is what exactly life is all about. When you're running too fast, you lose on to the moments. And it's the same with life. When you move too fast, you really don't know what you're doing. And when you're stuck and stagnant, you're actually not doing anything. But then you move slow and steady. You see things along the way, you grab opportunities, you nourish other people, you help other people, you take help, you take the time to think what to do. You take that pause. That is what is all about being slow. Not that you are not capable of doing something, it's just that you're taking time to align with what is your highest potential, to reach your purpose at the end. People think thoughts are the enemy of meditation, but I'll tell you what, it's a part of meditation. When you are sitting down and you have thoughts coming to you, that's not wrong meditation. It is what happens in meditation. When you're sitting down to release the stress, your body releases stress in form of thoughts. And that is when you know you're releasing what you're sitting down for. And when you gently get your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to the present moment, is when the meditation happens. I have zoned out during a guided meditation a few times, a lot of times actually, in the past, when I was training my brain. See, that's the whole point. We are not taught how to train our brain to focus on one thing, to be aware and to live in the present moment, in the present breath, in the present sensations of the body, in the present surrounding. And that's where the word training comes. So when you start sitting down in meditation, you're actually training your brain to not be zoned out, but it's okay to be zoned out at the start. That's when you know that you're getting zoned out and you get back to the awareness. And that is what will happen in between meditations at the training stage. Once you've trained your brain well, it will stop zoning out at all. So like you cannot tell your heart to stop beating. You cannot tell your brain to stop thinking. It will have thoughts. And especially when you're meditating, having thoughts is a part of meditation. Body needs some form of release. So it releases in the form of thoughts at start. When the thoughts start coming up, you get stuck in the loop of thoughts. That's called maybe zoning out. But then when you know that you have to come back to observing your breath, observing your present moment, observing the present sensations of the body or the surrounding is meditation. So when you're sitting down in meditation, thoughts will come up. And that's the cue for you to come back to your breath, to your present body sensations, to the surrounding itself. And that's where the meditation begins. So yes, zoning out is possible because you're not used to it, you're not trained for it, but we're all humans, remember that. So at the end, we are going to have thoughts that it will make you peaceful and calm. It won't. It will make you even more energetic, it will make you more active, it will make you more aware to the wrongs that is happening to you so that you will have the strength to speak up and talk for the wrong. So it is not going to make you peaceful and calm, it is going to make you more active, alert and energetic. Read books about the monk who sold his Ferrari, Eat, Pray, Love, and that is where I got really interested in, okay, what is meditation? I never paid attention to it. I was internally not healthy in terms of mental or emotional state. to communicate, to explain, to converse. And there came a point where it was unbearable. And people did not understand my purpose, my way of being in life, did not understand me. So there was this time, where I wanted to leave home. I really wanted to get out of everything. And I told myself, now I'm going to leave home. I'm going to leave everybody. I'm going to leave everything. I was leaving for the station and I saw a Brahma Kumari center, a meditation center there. And I said, okay, I'm just going to sit here for a few minutes and I'm going to go away. And I went there inside. I lie down first on a small sofa behind and I was crying and I was sleeping. And then something just happened and I sat down. I was just sitting in that center. It was a small room. I was sitting in that meditation room and I just started focusing on my breath and something in me stirred, something moved. And after that day, everything changed. The way I communicate, the way I explain myself better, the way I put my point across, the way I hold my internal strengths in my hand. Everything changed. My life stories changed. My relationships changed. My frequency with money changed. And it was only because I got really aware in that moment about something. So it was not exactly meditation, but that's where the realization of meditation came. So anything that you do constantly, which is washing your dishes or cooking your favorite meal, nothing new, but the constant ones that you make, or rolling your hair for that matter, or bathing every day. I started understanding the more and more I started meditating, I started loving myself more. And that's why meditation and self-love goes so hand in hand, because when you start meditating, you start realizing the love for yourself, because you start realizing the intellect you have within yourself, the potentials you have within yourself, and everything about yourself. So I realized, earlier I needed people to listen to me, to my thoughts, to what I'm doing. How am I feeling? Is it right? Is it wrong? But the minute I started meditating, I sitting down with myself, closing my eyes. So we're all humans. We need human actions, right? We're spiritual beings in human form. We need human actions to do certain things. So when we close our eyes, it's a command given to our brain to disconnect, to disassociate from the world. So the minute you do that, you're only left with yourself. The minute you give your brain the command to now disassociate, you have time only and only to associate with yourself. And when you start doing that, you start listening to your thoughts, you start judging yourself, you start going in the guilt, you start going in the shame, and then you come out with, oh, this guilt is not right for me, I don't want to take it on, or this shame is not something I want to carry the burden of, or it's something I love, or it's something I didn't like what that person said. And then when I open my eyes, I know how to better react in the coming moment. It's okay if you can't sit still. It's not a rule. Meditation has no right or wrong rule to it, that you have to sit still to meditate. There are different kinds of meditation. In fact, there's dancing meditation, there's walking meditation. Meditation is all about flowing in yourself, flowing in your energies, and not about sitting still. Absolutely, there is no one way for everyone. There are different ways for different people, because there are different brains in those different people. Somebody is too fast, somebody is slow, somebody is calm, somebody is hyperactive. They all need their kinds of meditation to connect with their flow. So when you think about meditation in itself is powerful, and I always knew it is going to show up on great stages. It is something that cannot be hidden. And when Deepak Chopra came on Jimmy Fallon, it was a wow moment for me. But at the same time, I knew it. This is what it is, how meditation is so powerful, and the whole world now sees it in that angle, where everybody wants to learn about it, everybody wants to know about it, because meditation is powerful. It unlocks your superpowers. So I watched Deepak Chopra, Sister Shivani, Sadhguru, Sri Ravi Shankar, Oprah Winfrey, and everybody talk about meditation, teach meditation, give meditation as a service. And it's been my only journey. As far as I can zoom out and see myself, I've done everything else in life. I've done this majorly, and this is what has grown into me as a person.